My name is Hannah Collins. I was 17 years old when, on the night of March 28th during my spring, my life came to an abrupt and irreversible parking lot somewhere in New Mexico. I was a high school senior from a small town near Dallas, Texas. My life was ordinary in every familiar way, worrying about SAT scores, occasional arguments with my mom over curfew, and dreaming of being accepted into Texas A&M to study veterinary science. I had imagined a simple, peaceful future, a stable job, a family, and a modest home with enough space for all the rescue dogs I planned to adopt. My best friend Maya and I had been planning our road trip for months. We saved every dollar from our grocery store jobs. It was our first real adventure without our parents, and the freedom felt electrifying. We sang so loudly that my throat started to ache and ate far too many gas station snacks. On the second day of the trip, after nearly 10 hours of driving, the desert around us felt endless. Just after 10 p.m., a faded neon sign appeared in the distance. The Cactus Grill. An old diner that looked suspended in time, but it was open, and we were starving. The food was nothing special, yet we didn't care. We were just grateful to stretch our legs. We laughed, made plans for the next morning, and I remember thinking, in that tiny booth, how lucky I am. I even texted my dad. Almost there. Love you. I didn't know those would be the last words he'd ever receive from me. We stepped outside after paying the bill. The night air was cold. The parking lot was nearly empty, illuminated by a single flickering fluorescent light that cast uneasy, elongated shadows. That's when we saw him. He emerged from behind a pickup truck as if he had materialized out of the darkness, itself thin, restless, his eyes wide with a frantic, disoriented intensity. He muttered words we couldn't comprehend, fragments about voices and messages. Maya gripped my arm, and an icy tension spread through my entire body. It wasn't the type of fear you see in movies. It was deeper, quieter, paralyzing. Everything unfolded too quickly. Police arrived. There was shouting, a few blurred movements, a loud crack in the air, and then time stopped. The world froze around me as though someone had pressed pause on reality. Maya's expression was suspended in mid-scream. The flashing red and blue lights hung motionless in the cold night air. Even the man who had attacked us was locked in place, his figure caught between motion and stillness. Suddenly, I felt myself rising. Not in fear, not in pain, just rising. I hovered above the entire scene, watching my own body below me, small and still under the harsh light. The diner, the desert, even the sky seemed to shrink away as I drifted upward. Then came a pull, gentle yet irresistibly strong. The world dissolved into a soft, luminous tunnel. It wasn't dark or frightening. It glowed like the inside of a pearl, warm and impossibly peaceful. A single thought flickered through me. I forgot to call Dad back. Then the tunnel opened. I found myself in a place with no ceiling, no floor, no walls, only living, radiant light. And in that living light stood a presence I recognized instantly. Jesus, not the traditional image, no robe, no silhouette, but a being made of pure, brilliant love. The air around him hummed with a low, resonant tone that vibrated through my very existence. He didn't speak with words. His voice unfolded inside my spirit. In his gaze, I felt completely known. Not judged, just infinitely loved. Then he showed me. I saw my attacker not as a monster, but as a wounded child whose life had gradually been overtaken by shadows. I witnessed moments of loneliness, seeds of bitterness, small harmful choices that grew over time. I saw dark whispering influences around him, but I also saw the light, teachers who encouraged him, a pastor who spoke kindness, a mother who prayed for him, each time he turned away. Jesus' voice filled me with sorrow. Evil does not begin in the act. It begins in the heart, when mercy is rejected. Then he showed me America, people isolated, angry, divided, poisoned by hate. Shadowy whispers fueled their rage. You are right. They are wrong. Hate them. They are drinking the same poison, Jesus said. Their rage is a chain leading them into darkness. Then he looked at me with overwhelming love. You must go back, little one. Tell them to guard their hearts. Teach them to love. I begged to stay, but his will was gentle and absolute. Suddenly, I was falling. The light vanished. My body returned like a crashing wave. My lungs seized. Harsh lights burned my eyes. Machines beeped around me. I later learned I had been clinically dead for 11 minutes. Doctors had no explanation, but I had returned with a message. Anger feels powerful, but it is poison. Bitterness blinds the soul. Unforgiveness is the seed of darkness. Every day we choose to harden our hearts, or let mercy guide us. Heaven is real. Hell is real, and our choices shape the direction of our soul.